24 hours notice. You tell the truth. And when this council has lied, deceived, and I've read up on this GETTR clients, and as far as I know, it was an honourable immigrant. And he did well for himself. And he got it first of the Labour Party. How disgraceful you are to that memory of that man when you lied and you deceived. And Councillor Chris Goodwin, I spoke to you in November before this council gave me a 2-year ban. Why did you 2-year ban? Why did you not attend to the gross failings at Crompton Cemetery? You can't have families underwater. When you keep lying, you're deceiving, you can't keep doing it. Stand up and do what I do. Well, that's because I love my family.
Bunch of wet wipes.
I love my family, and I respect it all. And today's society is absolutely the pits. I was born in 1954, an artist. And we learn to respect. And I've seen the changes. And I do not want to read in our press of corruptness, cover-ups within our local police and this council. Now, it was a few years ago, and I asked 999 when 2 people got assaulted. One of them, an elderly man, has long since died, riddled with cancer. He was an ex-councillor, and his name was Councillor Warren. And he was a pain in your side because he spoke up and tried to hold you to account. Now, if the Prime Minister is listening, if you want to protect the standards and bring strength to the standards, then you need to come in and look
Get it shared, Manchester Audits, please. Get it shared.
Look at this council.
Oldham Council, we don't mess around. We're right outside the headquarters.
So, our Prime Minister, if you want to clean up politics under your watch, and you have got the guts to come in on a Labour-run council and hold this council to account, then you've got some credibility. But if you haven't, and you allow of absolute abuse of the localism act, where councils, and it were under a Conservative 2011 Conservative government that give absolutely free to do what you want.
Thank you. Share, please, Silverback. No messing around us. Council meetings outside the council, and there's people there. Standing to attention.
Oldham Times, strengthening standards. Oh, Holly Harrison, councillor,
Holly Harrison.
Councillor Graham Shuttleworth. All you want to do to strengthen is because a Lib Dem bugged the office where independent councillors were causing up to this Labour council. That's the only reason. But Councillor Holly Harrison, Councillor Graham Shuttleworth, and all those other councillors, where were you when I asked for help? Where were you? And Councillor Chris Goodwin, you despicable little man, who stated to me after council officer, you know who you are, highly paid council officer, you got on your hands and knees and measured a subsidence in the ground, and up to this flooding once again, campaigning again. You're absolutely despicable with what you're doing. And you, council leader, calling me despicable for the protected and the dignified way that we are regarding our family members. This is the second time you have covered up regarding exhumations, Oldham Council.
Well,
time
No, I don't think they are here because of us, because Peter puts all the paperwork in and he lets the police know. Sometimes one policeman come. I think they're in a meeting or doing something in the council. I don't really think they're here for us, but that's what I think. But like I said, we've been here several times. Only once, I think, there's a policeman been. Peter's no trouble. He's been doing this for several years. He hands all paperwork in, tells them what he's doing, how many speakers he's doing. He's done all that, so there shouldn't be no need. And he don't say anything extreme either.
When the cabinet member, Councillor Barbara Brownridge, tried to stop my cousin going through the Home Office to stop an examination, where I was Susan, council leader, did you go and visit her in Christie's? What did you do? You did absolutely nothing, only try and cover up the gross incompetence and failures of this Labour-run council. But how dare you condemn me for looking after this graves of my family? And how dare you, Oldham Council?
Yeah, Dorothy Lord, who'll be speaking again in a minute.
When I wanted to make you a council that was to be proud of, and all you've done is slap me in the face. Is this you, council leader, on the front page of the Oldham Times? Thursday, October 23rd, council on the brink as a 23 million budget gap deepens. And yet you're spending and spending and spending. Council taxes said it's going to go up 5%, maybe more. Services are going down. You're giving councillors allowances on start at 13,000, up to what, 15,000, for lying, deceiving, cover up. You are all 60 councillors elected in for the people of this borough.
Mates race!
For the people of this borough. And what do? You take your party politics and you ram it down our throats when our families are left in a despicable way. Oh, look at you with your hand on your face, council leader. Cracking on. Oh, you know, I could do your job. I could get involved in politics where I know I'm protected, where I've got highly paid, where I can say if I've done it wrong. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. But you don't want to waste our money. You want to waste central government's money.
Get Starmer out. Get Starmer out. Get Starmer out.
Regarding the CSE in Oldham, the abuse of power in local government, the abuse of the 2011 Localism Act. You know, Prime Minister, and I heard on the radio, I don't have a television, that's the reason why I don't do Facebook. I don't want to know it. But little bits of information do come to my attention. But I have a radio, and I listen to the news. And it stated last night that the Prime Minister is saying he wants to ease this Greenland with Donald Trump and others because it's to protect the people of this country. You are failing by allowing this localism act where these councils continue to lie, deceive and cover up. Prime Minister, you're allowing it. All you need to do is bring in an act of Parliament to counteract this 2011. And when I wrote to our Honourable Lady Majesty, Queen Elizabeth, and I got a reply, not directly from her, but the senior correspondence to Her Majesty, where in the letter it said that the Queen has asked me to send this letter so that the relevant government bodies are aware of your concerns. And what do you not do? You can't even answer the phone. You've got elected councillors who are given a council phone and you can't even be bothered to phone. you just think you're untouchable. But Ollie Harrison, Graham Shuttleworth, or you want to strengthen standards because the Lib Dem councillor booked the office and the council leader booked the office. Borough solicitor, I was on the phone only 2 weeks ago to Wakeman's. You know who Wakeman's are? The law firm in Liverpool, where they have been undertaking a standards complaint that I made over a year. Now, according to that solicitor, she's asked you to write to me to tell me what's going on. Oh, but there has been a plot, hasn't there? Councillors who have backed this Labour-run establishment up, are they protected? Now, council, monitoring officer, borough solicitor, I came down here, you came downstairs before you banned me, and you give me your private number. Now I've left you messages. Now who has shut you up? Is it the council leader that has shut you up? As far as I am aware, your overriding duty as a councillor and a councillor.
Yeah, it was.
Was
Yeah.
in the electorate.
I could see Cosy there,
And I'm going to read you all the
I'll
standards.
see you later, mate.
Your standards rule.
Get Labour out! Get Labour out! Elon! Our friend Elon!
Oh yes, the first time I was banned was when Andy Burnham's assurance video was shown to be a sham, and there were over 100 in the public gallery. All that because I spoke up against a child sex offender registered Lib Dem councillor then, 22-year plus, and his name was Dlive, and because I called him out, that's when I was banned. That's when I'm deemed to be a wronger. Well, who's the wronger? Worked hard for a living, paid all his taxes, done everything he's done by the book. And when you allow councillors, and some of them want to be now councillors, that have got criminal records. Where does it end? If you went on jury service and you had a criminal record, it had to be looked at. Oh, but if you've got a criminal record and serious crime, nothing's
Don't matter, they employed Daddy Shabir Ahmed. Why?
I'll read you first. These are your words, Oldham Council, your words. The council is determined to provide excellent local government for the people of the borough, and it promotes and maintains high standards of conduct by members, co-opted members, and has adopted a code of conduct with its obligations under that Localism Act of 2011. Well, what have you done? You banned me for a year. You then banned me for a year and a half. And in November, when I pulled that off, and I behind that Localism Act, Minister, once again, is this under your flag, Labour? Is this how you want Labour councils to be? And when I challenged, before they sent me to Tameside Magistrate Court last year, for withholding council tax, because I wanted to know on my disputes, what is the amount of the adult and social care?
Bill.
And you did nothing. You said that this Labour government, and that's back to you, Prime Minister, has wrote to councils and said you don't have to put bespoke information on people's council taxes. Where's the money going? over £2,500 in 2024. So why weren't you put on last year? But when you said, when you failed to reply to the dispute, so you've lied and deceived again, so you're excellent to the people of the America lying and deceived.
They get funding separately, I thought.
And when
Council tax, yeah, you're right, yeah.
And when I had the phone call before I attended court, and you have two gentlemen, I don't know who they are, but they're representing you, who said to me, there is no provision for you to attend the court. You do it via phone call, and you make a paid plan. And I said to that man, you had better be down there, because I am. Oh, they did attend. So when the magistrate, and that is if he was a magistrate, acting solely as a magistrate for truth, and I said, these two gentlemen are blind. And they said, there is no provision for me to attend the court. Your worships, where am I? Where am I? I'm here, stood in front of you, at Tameside Family Court, regarding council tax. No, I've never refused to pay, but I wanted dispute issues to be addressed. They weren't addressed. And the magistrate said, did you send your disputes to Ian? I said, no. I handed them into the council tax, and the last one I got for the attention of Tameside Magistrates Court. You didn't send it, did you? So, you don't want anybody to know how much the adult social care is. You've been told by the Labour government you don't have to put it on. Who on earth buys stuff, purchases stuff, pays instances into stuff without knowing what it costs? Oh no. We'll carry on. General principles. Members and co-opted members must behave accordingly to the highest standards of personal conduct in everything they do as a member. What were it? How many times have the police had to come in when there's been no members of public? You have been bickering, squabbling, threatening among yourselves. And you think you can keep getting away with it? And is this the profile of a council leader? You showed the most animosity and disgraceful behaviour to an elected member, and that councillor then was the leader of the Conservatives, Graham Sheldon. I have it on film here. And you said, you're not getting an apology from me. You're not getting an apology from me. What a big despicable council leader. And what I'd like to know is, how did you get elected again? Was it through postal vote fraud? Is that what it was? Was it through postal vote fraud? What's been done for this time to make sure we don't have postal vote fraud?
Well documented, well documented.
The Oldham crew, Cameron Gafford, with our deputy mayor, Brian Oldham, at Loggerants. Shouting and bawling.
I don't care about my community, what you gonna do for me?
Not with the words. So in the words from Cameron Gafford, he stated to Brian Oldham, our deputy mayor, and what do you want for the people of Baysworth? And he said, I want F all for the people of Baysworth. What's in it for me?
What's in it for me?
And then you had Brian Oldham leaning over the top bench, saying to Cameron Gafford, there was a serious safeguarding issue, and the police are listening. Serious safeguarding issue against an elected member. Where's the information, Oldham Council? Because you deny the public for the government to be brought in regarding the CSC farce. Now you keep saying Your government minister, Jess Phillips, and said, I'm here for the safeguarding. Well, where's this? It doesn't just go now to those poor victims that were gang raped. It goes to the wider community. And Elon Musk,
Elon!
richest man in the world. If you can get in contact, Elon, I'd like you to fund my case where you take all proceeds for me to take this council to court. Because you said it right. What country denies the safeguarding of vulnerable white girls?
And boys.
And boys!
Selfishness. Members should serve only the public's interest and should never improperly confer an advantage or disadvantage against any other person. What did you call me? Councillor Shah? What did you call me? When my cousin heartbroken, seeing his wife, 50 years of marriage, 3 years of her end of cancer treatment, under Hollywood Lane, you call me despicable because my cousin couldn't talk. And at the foot end of Susan's grave where my mother and father are, also underwater. Also on life support machines before they cut it off. You are a vile, vindictive, wicked woman, and your true colours shine when you are cross council leader Shah. We're still going on. We should have taken order on this. It's a serious issue. You know, they're a solicitor. I've just said, I'm on the phone to Wakeman's LLP law firm. And aren't you supposed to have given me a call to tell me where this flooding, where the standards complaints are going? You're covering up. You're covering up. You're open. Honesty and integrity. Members should not place themselves. You're taking money that is given to you. You're taking money that is given to you to stop people having to protest, to stop people raising questions. That's the rule. What you don't do, you want people such as me at 71, next week, the fortnight, 72, stood out in the cold, the rain, and hold you to account because you think you're untouchable. Honesty and integrity. So you, Councillor Goodwin, who said I'll phone you on Friday, that meeting was on the Wednesday, you never phoned me.
No!
You little liar. I could say something stronger, but there's members of the public. I hope you're videoing it, lads, get it out.
I am. Don't them there, you mean?
Objectivity. Members should make decisions on merit, including when making appointments, awarding contracts, or recommending individuals for rewards or benefits. How many times since 2017 have I said that I will give up my time freely to meet all 60 councillors to try and tell you the importance of being honest, of being open, and being transparent? How many times? And these are your hypocritical standards. Accountability. Members should be accountable to the public for their actions and the manner in which they carry out their responsibilities, and should cooperate fully and honestly with any scrutiny appropriate to their particular office. So, can we remember Barbara Braithwaite? When Susan had to be exhumed and you tried to stop it going through the Home Office, you need to go. You need to go. Have you ever contacted me and asked me, well, what can we do for you? You can raise the concern of the ground still flooding, where you pay contractors for doing jobs that is totally inadequate because you don't know how to do the job. You don't know. And the building you are in is a lovely building. And I spoke to a lady from the library when I was looking at the flag. I do stone carving. I've been doing it for 20 years. I went to Calder College and I did a 3-year intermediate method in R&D. And when I look at these heavy relief panels and I look at all the stone buildings, and you, modern day, today, gravy train politicians who sit on their backside and can't even answer the phone to the residents. You have brought this on your doorstep. No one else to blame. Your lies, your deceit, your cover-up has brought it to your doorstep. Openness. Members should be as open as possible about their actions and those of their authority, and should give good reasons for those.
Yes, Mark. Good evening, mate. Good afternoon, sorry. Look, we've got 3 support policemen today. It's mad. It's mad. It's mad.
When there's allegations of safeguarding issues regarding elected members, and afterwards, look back on your films, when it's filmed the council meetings,
yes, Nathan, you're not coming down.
To Cameron Ford, leader of the Oldham Council, you are aware of a serious safeguarding issue against an elected member, and you've done nothing about it.
Shame on
Get the
you.
name out. Tell us who it is.
Respect for
No
others.
worries, Nathan.
Respect for others. So what did you do, Goodwin? Councillor Goodwin? You lied to me. What did you do, Council Leader Shah? You called me despicable. Members should promote equality by not discriminating unlawfully against any person and by treating people with respect. What a joke!
3 today.
You have been allowed
3 today. 1 blue top and 2 officers. Can't believe it. Can't fucking believe it.
So please, monitoring officer, very solicitor, you must have had the full corporate waiver. It's 2 weeks. Contact me, tell me what's happening. Or Councillor Chris Goodwin, an highly paid council officer, cracking on that you can tell the debt by your phone of gross subsidence. Where's the update? Where's the update that I have requested for the gross bailing, the waste of public money regarding work that is done absolutely, and I mean no disrespect to Jeremy Clarkson, diddly swap! Diddly swap!
You want to speak, Chloe?
Dorothy, you stand there now.
Point it to them, Dolly, not to us.
Will
Point
it
it to
film me?
them.
Yeah, you go on, you stand right here. Go on, film it, go on.
I'm here today because I'm not allowed to have my voice in the council offices regarding the safeguarding cover-up of the under 5s in Oldham by ONBC, GMP and Jim that man. There's 60 corporate parents in there, and I think I've been to nearly every one of you. In fact, I have. I've promulgated in your chamber and still nothing's been done. Now, I was phoned on the bus last Thursday the 15th, I think it was Thursday the 15th of January, by a gentleman. And he's done a safeguarding referral to ONBC. It took him 7 years, but he did one in June last year, the 3rd of June, and you've not responded. That gentleman told me to go to 101. Now why would I go to 101 when they've ignored it? I've been various times, I handed my case file in, and they lost my case file. I have witnesses who saw me handed and I'm going back to GMP. But I'm not going on my own. I can't understand why Lewis Quinn has failed to answer my pleas for help, because I need somebody to come with me. And I wanted somebody who's aware of what's gone on. I've got the evidence, I've always kept a copy of the evidence, and you've ignored it further. You've even made sure that a whistleblower cannot get their benefits for 8 years. And yet you're moaning because I'm not paying council tax so I can pay for your police force and your commissioner, Andy Burnham. Sorry, I'm not an enabler of child abuse or a safeguarding professional. And the preschool at Red Robin in Royton got rid of me because they didn't want them safeguarded. They don't want the public to know that you're failing their under fives. Let that sink in, you're under fives. That means both boys and girls, none of them are safe. I haven't phoned 101 again. Instead, I got rumbled on the 8th of December. Now, I remember Peter mentioning the 8th of December, and it's very significant. I was rumbled by Sonia Poulton on a podcast, and she wants everybody in Oldham, all the surrounding boroughs who've got children, to send in a letter to this council on why they're failing their children and their children's whistleblower. I don't know how many people have wrote into you yet, but I won't mind you telling me. You can send me a letter. I know you don't answer any phone calls to Peter. I don't ring you for that reason. I've contacted your local councillor, Lewis Quinn, but as yet I've contacted him a few times and he's failed to answer. It seems to be something that Oldham Council seem to do. Well, it's not good enough. All you're interested in is the council tax to pay for the services that nobody's getting. Child protection is paramount. Even your safeguarding professionals who you've got in there on your cabinet told me she doesn't have a clue how to do the job. So she had to get the leader in on the meeting, what we had in August last year. And still nothing's done. That leader asked a member of the public if he knew what we should do. Well, you should do something. I want you to help me get it in a court of law. Because it's been covered up by
Pete, when you go past, can you see everything, me and Dorothy on that screen? Can you see us? Oh, yeah, right.
It's on Jim McMahon's watch, and there was still a safeguarding referral after that.
No,
And they couldn't do it off yet, but
Three
they'd already put
policemen.
me to a 5-year penalty.
To protect
So it's been ignored, along with a load of others. They've sent me a load of
Sorry, Peter.
the evidence back because they don't want to deal with it.
Police in
That's what the police have done. They've got rid of my case file because they don't want to deal with it. but it's going to be dealt with. It's got to be dealt with.
Switch put it on.
I'm still waiting. Another gentleman has wrote to Andy Burnham asking him to get this case in court. I can't understand why the police are incapable of referring a case to a courtroom. They're failing the children as well. So stop paying council tax to these fraudulent people. Like Peter said, Brian Orbin did say when he had his outburst in the chamber and he never got banned, that there was a safeguarding issue on his debut as deputy mayor. That was his thanks to you for rewarding him with that position. Got you right in it there, didn't it? Because that's another one you were covering up. Covering all your safeguarding failings from the public, and yet the public foolishly are still paying your council tax. So you can have your money, the police can have their money, and so can Burnham. You all get your little cups.
Tell me about the parish priest writing to Andy Burnham.
Yeah, the man who has wrote to Andy Burnham is the canon Daniel Burton from Oldham Parish Church. And he's getting concerned that he's still ignoring me. And the strange thing is, when I was dismissed with a protected disclosure, the man who dismissed me was also wearing a dog collar, just like Daniel Burton does. But Daniel Burton has finally spoke out to Andy Burnham, and Andy Burnham has ignored him since the 2nd of December last year. So why isn't safeguarding of children paramount to you lot? If it's supposed to be paramount to everyone else that you train them and then you keep them silent. Well, I'm not staying silent for none of you. I care about the children. I've got children myself. I've got grandchildren. And I might one day be fortunate enough to have great-grandchildren. And I want to feel that they're safe. Is it too much to ask for you to safeguard the children? Remember, Arucha, I came to that big con all them years ago in Brighton and Crompton School. Yeah, we're in a school setting. You have all your places, don't you, where children are. The church, preschools in church settings, you've got the schools, and yet you don't safeguard the children. And at that Brighton and Crompton, you offered to help me. I'm still waiting. And you doctors have it, children. You're not the mayor anymore. But my doctor works in your surgery, and he's frightened to death of safeguarding kids. It took him 7 years to do that report to the NAS team, and you've ignored him. You won't treat me as a patient because I've come to you, and I've gone to him, and he told me to go to 101. What's 101 going to do? They've ignored it. I've been to 101. I've had threats. They don't want to know. They're quite happy for people to threaten me. They won't be silent. Well, it's not happening. I want you to know, you haven't banned me from the council, but you sent me the warning. And why did you send me that warning? You didn't ban Mark Ince, did you? No. You haven't answered the standards complaints about Mark Ince and Lisa Nacy and Shepard Mushan and the rest of them. I mean, a gentleman threatening me in Shaw just because I'm having a cup of tea in a cafe. You think that's what your councillors should be doing as corporate parents to start with? Threatening people who safeguard children. I haven't lied about anything. I've got the evidence. Ofsted have covered up. I'm giving you the opportunity to do something because you should have done it all them years ago. But you wanted to keep the preschool running because you want the money. Because you get grants from the government. Just like everybody gets the council tax and pays it so they can pay the police force to ignore all your stuff and your papers. Oldham Times, Chronicle. They were too scared to speak out. It sounds like people are speaking out now. up, have you, on your little gravy train? Obviously he's been derailed, but he's not shut up yet.
Convicted stalker, innit?
Yeah, I've been trolled by a criminal and the police aren't bothered. No, he trolls me on social media, and that's because I've spoke out against the safeguarding failings of this council. Well, if it's a crime to speak out about the safeguarding of these children in Oldham, it's a crime to have him as a councillor, or wanting to be a councillor. You know who I mean, don't you? He's on my standards form. I've had to say why I wanted to remain anonymous, but I can't remain anonymous. But there's no remaining anonymous, not even in the NHS. You know Danny Storm, don't you? It was me that went to the Care Quality Commission. My doctor told me to go back to 101. Well, there's 3 people here that might be able to help me with that.
Listen, that's sorted,
Oh,
darling.
hopefully after
That's
that.
sorted. I've had a word with them. It's sorted.
Oh, are we going to do it?
No,
That's-
we
Yeah.
can go down to that centre.
Yeah.
Link.
Well, I'm not going to 101 because I've tried there, so I'm going to try a few different
So,
options.
don't bother. Exactly.
Oh no, I'm not attacking anybody. I'm just saying if they can help me, I'll be happy for themselves because aren't we supposed to be dealing and being concerned about our kids?
Yeah, they're more bothered about little old lady, little old man, and me on my own, you know what I mean? We're more dangerous than everyone in the council.
Yeah, I know they think we're the ones that are dangerous. The danger's lurking in there. Yeah, they all cover up. I've had them lie to me, I've had them F and Jeff at me, which their standards are low, and they've done it in front of witnesses, and they're still in there taking off that gravy train. They don't do the job that they're paid to do.
Let me just have a word, because if someone comes in me,
I can see you though, I can see
I
you.
forgot where I was going regarding the fantastic building. And then everything we walk on, we're travelling, aircraft, ships, trains, motor cars, bicycles, motorbikes, push chairs, electric chairs, not the ones in America, start to come out of your head when you sit on an electric chair in America. But they were overall people. They were overall people who built all this. And we've got now where the gentleman's name, J.R. Clive, was an honourable man. The corruption wasn't in there. But now, we're gravy trainers. In the old Western, they called them free grazers, where they were going on other people's land grazing their cattle. And you take money off us, and you don't do your jobs. There are hypocrites and parasites and people who should not be holding public office. And once again, I said to the Prime Minister, if you really want to look after the people of this country, then you do an urgent review on this 2011 Localism Act, where councillors think they can lie, deceive, collude and cover up against the public whilst holding public office. No one should be above the law. And I've just read, and I'll be reading again later on, all your hypocritical, two-faced, all for you to cover your backs, to crack on that you've got integrity, Oldham Council, when everyone is broken. Every single one. Shame on you. Absolute shame on you. And no wonder they're all queuing up to get on this gravy train, because it seems you can't get them on. But Prime Minister, when the Minister of the Communities, Housing and Local Government have said they want to strengthen the standards, and when you've got Holly Harrison, Labour, Graham Shuttleworth, Labour, and they pick up a stick, and it's in the Oldham Times on the 8th of December last year, to strengthen standards because there have been 22 standards complaints made against councillors last year. 22. And one's still ongoing. It's over a year. 22. So, Councillor Harrison and Shuttleworth, I think you need to speak to me. Because all you want to do is make standards complaints stronger when other councillors condemn, criticise you, this Labour-run establishment. Am I correct? Oh yes, I think they are. Because the only time you want to strengthen these standards is when a Lib Dem, Councillor Kenyon, booked the office of our council leader.
Well done.
But in his defence, he said he shouldn't have done it, but he said the electorate had every right to know of the sleazy goings on. You scratch my back, and I'll scratch yours. Some the electorate who voted you in. We're in now, we can do what we want. And this is why this country is in a mess. Have you not, whoever were in power, over the last 50 years since the Second World War, when ordinary people overall built everything that we've got now. Built it all up. They're all bombed, flat. And we built it up. And for you lot to think now that once you have been given our votes, you can stick two fingers up to us and nothing can be done. I've just said, but a solicitor. I was on the phone 2 weeks ago to Wakeman's solicitors acting on behalf of a standards complaint against an elected member. We are now over a year. 22 of these have gone on. 22. The standards regarding elected members and the abuse of power in public office regarding this council has gone through the roof. Gravy train. You may be able to recognise the next noises I made, all you 60 councillors. Gravy train! We're all on the gravy train! I'll do it again because it sounds good on this megaphone.
Are you left wing or right wing?
Right wing. Me, I am. Not these two, me. Far right coming off the edge of the flat earth, I'm telling you.
I've heard all this before. All I can say to that statement is a bird has a left wing and a right wing. And while it's got one of these, it keeps it flying.
Can I speak, please?
Yes.
Yeah, well, you call me far right because I speak up against the council and the failures that they do. And the fact that you let paedophiles roam our streets and that's what makes it, so I must be. Anyway, Peter's mentioned Ollie Harrison. I talked to you, Ollie Harrison. What I want at the top of that page of that guy who tried to meet kids is deport ASAP. It's only fair. We can't have people in the country who are going to commit crimes within 2 months of being here.
Is that it?
No, exactly. Shut up, you.
Give it up. It's giving them the truth.
And I just really can't believe that we've got 3 officers with us today, because somebody must think that, like Peter in the council, somebody must think that Peter's a violent person. When councils, and half the council have charges on things, yet you think Peter, Dolly and me are a threat. We're only a threat in words, and I've got a war coming at the ballot box. So watch out for me in Hollywood, guys.
I'd just like to say, I am happy that the police are here. I'm happy.
Yeah, I am.
Because their duty is for everyone, are supposed to be. And there are people who've come down, they've been very abusive to me. It wasn't their family underwater. It wasn't the help I needed from a sex perverted Lib Dem councillor in Shaw, who's on the child sex offenders register for 10 years. So I'm happy that the police are here, because I don't want to be attacked or ridiculed.
Yeah, but they're only here because of them, to protect them.
No, I put the paperwork in, John.
Yeah, I know, but we never have a police presence, so why today?
It doesn't matter.
They still think so. I'm sure that they still think they're under threat of 3 people. But anyway, let me carry on. The Victoria Hotel, Holly Harrison, Elaine Taylor, Cameron Gafour, Abdul Wahid, Central Chatterton councillors, Mark Wilkinson, Sandra Ball, Moston councillors. I've emailed you all, and none of you get back to me, only one. Thank you very much. But when it does kick off, because you're not telling us about crimes within the area, you're not telling us why a man got sexually assaulted at Wrigley Head in Failsworth, and we want to know about the serious sexual assault against a young girl in Nutters Park. But you're not saying anything. This happened in the Southport thing, and look what happened there. And then next thing, you'll be picking on us who are peacefully protesting. Well, we're not having it. And we're at a reform meeting tonight with Wilkinson and Ball in Failsworth, and we're going to tell them what we think as well. And we'll be at any meeting involving them councillors, telling them what we want and what we think here. Thank you very much. You should be, as Pete said, you don't communicate with your electorate. Your electorate mean nothing. All you want is that gravy train. All you want is awards for fake things that you do. And like Ruth Shah getting council leader at year, that's because you just open the doors to the rest of the world. And we're getting HMOs full of sex offenders and everything. And what you're doing as well, when they get done, you bail them to a different time. When we find out where they are, we go protesting, and we've got called names. Scandalous, absolutely scandalous. Absolutely scandalous. Not on at all. But we're still going to be going to meetings. You won't stop us. We'll go to the police meetings when they turn up. We've been to 2, and one of them, they didn't even turn up and advertise meeting. But we're doing things the right way. We don't want to call people names or threaten to burn things down. We'll go to the meetings and talk to the police and the councillors, which is the way that everything should be done. But no, you don't want to listen to us. Elaine Taylor's demonstration calling people Nazis. What a despicable a despicable member of our council. Honestly, and if you wonder why people have animosity against you, what you should do is engage with your communities, which you don't do. Nowhere in Oldham is it like that. All you want to think about is, like Pete said, the gravy train, riding it, getting awards for doing some bullshit thing. We're not having it, guys. We want people to look after our communities. I don't care if you're Muslim, white, black, LGBT, pink, Jewish. If you fail Oldham, you're going to get us on your case. Thank you very much. Neil lost my tea.
Have you finished?
No, not yet. No matter who you are, if you fail your community in Oldham or Oldham in general, we're going to be coming to your meetings. We're going to be calling you out on social media. We're going to be emailing you, asking you why aren't you dealing with things.
but we want some interaction, Holly Harrison. You heard me that day. Holly. Denton Lane meeting place, police and community meeting. And you heard what I said, and I want you to take on them things that I've said, whether you're Labour or not. At the top of that piece of paper from Ahmed, 24, only been here 2 months, who got caught meeting kids online. Deport ASAP. It's only fair. But then again, there's that many crooks in the council. You mustn't like dealing with criminals. You mustn't like it. And you know, you employ Daddy Shabir Ahmed. You employed him, and you knew what he was doing. Did you know that Daddy Shabir Ahmed's wife threw herself in a lake? Did you know that, Peter?
No, I didn't. No.
Did you know that Daddy Shabir's son killed himself?
Excuse me.
People aren't really aware of these things, but that happened all over the scandal that guy had caused. And all you do in the council is point a finger at someone else or shout to everyone you're far right. Well, fucking far right this then.
Because they neglected the maintenance of blood and their lives. And because I spoke out, I've been banned at 72-year-old.
Man from what?
Speaking out.
So guys, we have actually got, I've been told that there's 3 policemen to police this 3-person demo, 3 policemen. And what Peter's telling me is that some councillor or something has had some trouble, or there's been another firebombing today. Now, it's not me. I don't do things like that. I try to go to the council and talk to people within the council. That's what I do. Or talk to the police. Ranzig Ayman, who's running for the Workers' Party in Oldham Group, he said take Pakistani politics out of Oldham because it's too corrupt and violent.
One of Ruth's, we've got a post on social media of one of Ruth's Shah's friends. Sort of like, anyone messing with you, we'll sort them out. That's what he said on social media, and nothing gets said. And when the Oldham Group got away from Labour, the candidate in St Mary's, Aisha Kausa, the Labour members made a Facebook page like she was a prostitute. And nobody said anything. Nobody said anything. These things we don't want in our politics in Oldham. We don't want this in Oldham. And as Ramsey says, take Pakistani politics out of Oldham. These are Pakistani, British born Pakistani. So don't come to me calling me names, good to him. Ramsey, Rayman, and he's running in the Wernham election in Oldham. So please, go and see Ramsey, please. Don't tell me I'm just repeating what he said. So there we go. So Oldham's open to everyone now.
It is.
The election's coming up in May. Reform are going to do well. Independents will do well as well. And hopefully we'll definitely take Oldham out Labour out this year. And it'll be a bullet to the end. Bruce Halliwell. There you go. Thank you very much.
Sorry, so yeah, we'll take Labour out.
But I mean, isn't Labour a better lesser of two evils?
No, they're not. No, they're not.
And
And it is well documented for 20 years of their failures in Oldham.
But
Labour.
yeah, I know, but I thought if it was Conservative.
No, Labour run the town. Labour run the town.
There's a new party. I don't know, but the name is exactly what the country needs. And that name
Is reform.
not mine.
Not my opinion.
Yeah.
No, it's not in mine. Not in mine. But there are means to an end.
Since the Second World War, I'm 70.
Some harsh words off Big John there, a couple of swear words thrown in. But like I said, my war is at the ballot box. It's not burning anyone's car like it happens with all councillors here. It's not attacking anyone in public. I don't do that rubbish. I want to win at the ballot box. And if I need to make my voice heard, I'll come to the council meetings. I'll write to the councillors. I'll email the councillors. Whether you listen or not, it's up to you lot. But that's what I do all the time. So sort that bloody Victoria Hotel out and the HMOs. Let me get me.
I mean, you have what you call, what's it called? The apprentice. Lordship. There they are. And the unemployed lordship is a consultant into the park. Because
I just want to put it in me.
Yeah, but you know, if you unless we can consider the Reform Party support here, what makes you think that they'll be any different?
just give them a chance.
Right.
Yeah, because we can't go backwards like we are doing. Keep swinging back, and it's a ping pong, isn't it?
There's a leaflet that we're handing out, Failsworth, Moston, Chadderton, Hollingwood. Community engagement notice made by me. On the back of the print there, we've got a map of the area within a mile. You see the blue line? You see the blue line? That's Wrigley Head, where a man was sexually assaulted by 3 other men. And you can see Nutters Park on the leaflet. That's where a girl was sexually assaulted before Christmas. We've told the police and they haven't said nothing because I fear that them 2 attacks are related to that hotel. And if that comes out, there's going to be riots. They will go on.
Yeah. No, I'm here. I'm still speaking for the under 5s. I think people don't realise how important it is because it's no laughing matter. It's a safeguarding matter. One that's been failing in Oldham on Jim McMahon's watch. He's allowed Ofsted to cover up for him, to cover up for OMBC and for a preschool. It's coming to something when our toddlers are not safe. And they think they don't have to safeguard them because they can't speak up. Well, I'm speaking up for them. I know you don't like listening to it. I'm not violent. My truth, even though it's loud, it will still be the truth. I want to get to court and I want you to help me get this in court because powers that be are keeping me there in money. I've had no benefits for 8 years, so I can't get legal aid or anything. And I should be able to have legal aid. There's some funny reason why I can't have it for the under 5s. You've got to question that, haven't you? Let it sink in. The under 5s have got no representation in Oldham. Not by OMBC, GMP, Jim McMahon or Andy Burnham. He reckons he's the Chief Commissioner of Police, but he won't get them to get their act together and get something done for this very vulnerable group, the under 5s. Every child matters. This man who's speaking didn't realise that there's a whistleblower about the children. We think it's all political. Meet it, safeguarding children is not a political matter, it's a safeguarding matter. I'm not political. I care about our children. We all should be caring about them. We all should be speaking out. It's not funny that they are being left at risk by this failing council and the authorities and Andy Burnham. I'm still waiting for Andy Burnham to meet me. He hasn't got the bottle to meet me. But yet he sends 3 of his people to meet me. I'd like to meet him. Do you think you could get me an appointment with him? If not, then if you from council, say that you're concerned about young guys as well. Because why would Ofsted cover up? Tell you why we did it. We got an extra few quid to re-register a failing preschool. That's why we did it. It was all about the money. The gravy train.
Oh yeah, I know that.
Back to the council tax, the vouchers and all the things you get from the government just to fund these bodies that do not safeguard children. The system is fully set up to fail our vulnerable under 5s. So if they're not safeguarded when they're before offending stage, how can you expect them to be reasonable adults, reasonable children, junior school and high school? How can you expect that when you're failing them? You're setting them up for failure. Not safeguarding them is failure.
But when you get a seat,
Same with David Shaw and the doctor. You know what he said to me? Safeguarding's not in his scope. He's a doctor and he's a counsellor, a corporate parent, and he was a mayor.
They'll have to work more together, won't they?
right.
You know what I mean? They won't be so controlling like.
And yet the old doctor can't safeguard me. Come from the hospital today.
Yeah, they all signed up to all them MPs like that. You know, I'm
About safeguarding failings in this borough. Oh, I'm not allowed to do that. It's not in the job description. Well, whose job description is it in? Wonder why the parents are upset when the children are getting abused.
Politicians to sell their weapons to more Palestinians up. That's not the Peter's been campaigning for more than 20 years. He even stood in front of the European Parliament.
So there's any solicitors out there?
Peter's a rat catcher.
Because nobody else seems to be interested in safeguarding the children.
It wasn't.
Let's get it going. We won't have to stand outside here all the time. You don't like us speaking in the chamber and telling them about this safeguarding failings. They don't want to hear it. The number of people that said they don't want to hear it. Oh, we can get you this, we can get you that, we can get you another job. Even Jim McMahon said he could get me another job. I said I want the job that I do, working with children. I should never be dismissed by a vicar wearing a dog collar or safeguarding under five. Oh, we've got somebody coming out now. Right.
Councillor Waheed, thank you very much. He braves up.
All right, gentlemen.
Thank you, mate.
I've come in and questioned you about work, and obviously you told me that. Yeah.
I'm good. Thank you, man. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm alright, yeah.
What we had last time. You had it last time, Pete. Were you last time, mate?
Pardon?
Were you
No, I could have come on the Friday.
To the rocks,
Oh, right, yeah, we didn't
Yeah,
have
unfortunately, I couldn't come back.
What do you know about this city car again? Another car being blown.
Yeah, but there's three. So, you know, Peter never has three policemen. The most he's ever had to come to see him is one.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I'm not saying I feel threatened, but are they here because they feel threatened? There's a little old lady, an old man, and me. You know what I
Stop.
mean?
It isn't annoying me because they're here in case I get attacked. And I have been, John, it's not here.
All right.
It's not here. When I was outside, that European Liberal Democrat, Chris Davis, they're spitting in my face. And I said to the GMP police, I know it won't be you that stop it, it could be the residents. There were severed heads. They found the students, severed heads at the back of shops. They weren't a good area. They weren't a good area.
Peter deserves three
That's
police officers.
understandable,
They
right?
weren't a good area.
Let me just get to this response.
What time is it?
Yeah. Oh, I've just given you some stickers. No, she stopped. No, she was stopped it.
Yeah, guys, we've got an elected Oldham councillor come out to talking to us, Abdul Waheed. Actually, Abdul's the only person who come out to do anything. The rest of them, we have to go to the meetings. We have to go and find them at the meetings or go to see the police, but no one else comes out to visit us except for Abdul. So thank you very much, mate. Thank you. Thank you very much. Just shows that our council and how politically correct they are, that they won't come out or they won't engage with the community. Right, I'm going to leave y'all in a minute. I need to cool down a bit and have a fag. I'm a bit wound up because them police are here. like we're nasty, evil people. They're here to protect the council, believe it or not. I don't believe they're here to protect Pete. Not one little bit. I really don't believe that. Not in a minute. I don't believe it. I don't believe it, Dolly. I don't believe it. I really don't believe it. Were they? Right, I'll leave you to it, guys. I'm just gonna walk around the block, cool my head down a little bit.
Once again, you have brought this protest on your own front door, Councillor Sharp. You called me despicable. You called me despicable when I had to come up with my heartbroken cousin who lost his wife, 50-year marriage, 3 years of her in the cancer treatment. Did you go and visit her, Councillor Sharp, in Christmas? Did you go and visit her at all? No, you did nothing. You didn't even answer the phone 5 times when I spoke out. I think COVID were being relaxed and we were in the Queen Elizabeth Hall and I spoke up and you said it's him again. You're damn right, it's him again. You're calling a member of the public, it's him again. When you lie, you deceive, you cover up. You collude against the electorate. You waste public money on silly, nonsensical issues. The market traders didn't want to go, you said they did. One, you said the theatre was beyond repairs, then it wasn't. There's money going on, but the cemetery issue, you knew about the flooding at Crompton Cemetery. And are you listening, highly paid council officer? I hope you're listening. You know who you are. You naughty man. You lied and deceived to me. Very naughty. And in November last year, when I pulled you up, what's happening with the flooding at Crompton Cemetery, and you said this isn't the time or the place, with 6 months off. I had to go and place wreaths at Christmas time in Wellington's, needed waders and a rowing boat to go to all family members' graves, because you and Councillor Chris Goodwin, you have the audacity, Councillor Goodwin, to say you would take your job. Honestly, you take your role at the highest possible standard, and yet you lied. You blatantly lied to me.
Nothing, they're here because some trouble's happened, and I think they're here to protect the council from a little old lady, a little old man, and me.
And in the summer, I tried every week leaving you a message for 5 weeks.
Right, guys, I'm going.